And finally, for today's program, let's turn to Ashlee Chism for a look at Adventist history. This week, learn about the first editors of one of the denomination's cornerstone publications for children.
Welcome to This Week in Adventist History. On July 4th, 1890, the first issue of Our Little Friend was published. Its first editor was W.N. Glenn, who served in that role from 1890 to 1906. Glenn was followed by Cathedra Blossom Wilcox, who spent 11 years as editor. After that, Uthai V. Wilcox and then Maud O'Neill brought the paper through the mid-1920s. O'Neill was followed by Ernest Lloyd, who served as editor from 1924 through 1949, which until 2013 was the longest term served by any editor of Our Little Friend. Lloyd's successors were Eugene Sample, Louis Shooter, and Lawrence Maxwell. The current editor, Aileen Andress Sachs, better known to the readers of Our Little Friend and Primary Treasure as Mrs. Sachs, has served in that role since 1986. For 56 years, Our Little Friend was the only Seventh-day Adventist Sabbath school paper for children until they were old enough to read the youth's instructor. However, at the 1951 Autumn Council, the General Conference officers, departmental secretaries, and publishing house representatives suggested that study be given to the adjusting of the content of our existing children's and youth's papers. The result of that study was Junior Guide, which began in 1953 as a paper intended for children ages 10 to 15 and is now known as Guide Magazine. In 1957, Our Little Friend gained the content from a short-lived periodical called My Bible Story, which was designed for tiny tots, and a separate publication, Primary Treasure, was created for children ages 7 to 9 at that time. Since then, Our Little Friend has contained the beginner lesson for children ages 1 to 3 and the kindergarten lesson for children ages 4 to 6. 126 years later from its beginning, Our Little Friend is still published weekly and seen by children the world over. And that was This Week in Adventist History.